welcome back to another round of the PSG Siege Showdown. We are out here with DNMK versus Tex Clan, and we're heading it off on Coastline once again. So it is, of course, going to be quite an interesting game for sure. We already saw one of these Coastline maps earlier on in the tournament. That I believe was UC versus Warazi, that's right, yeah. So that was early in the tournament. We saw it come out a little bit, and UC really stomping on that map. We'll see if DNMK or Tex can maybe do the same thing. And as for the bans, it's going to be the Monty taken off the board and the Ace getting banned as well. And of course, I don't believe Ace is being allowed in this tournament, so of course that ban might not have been 100% necessary, but it's there nonetheless. And of course, the next couple of bans will be coming out here for the defense side. Looking at that Monty ban though, definitely one that you want to take off the board in a map like Coastline. We didn't see it getting taken off the board previously, but here it is, taken off. The Mirror going to get taken off as well, so that's pretty standard. I'm interested to see if we have a Goyo ban coming out, or maybe an Echo ban potentially coming through. I'm not 100% familiar with either of these teams' banning tendencies, so we'll just have to wait and see what it is. It's actually going to be the Clash. This is something we've seen a little bit more of in recent times. Definitely is coming a little bit more to the foreground just because of how annoying that operator can potentially be. You don't want to see her, you don't want to let her ruin your day. So of course we're going to be heading into round one with DNMK on the attacking side, and of course Tex Clan up there on the defense. Alright, so my Jaeger straight off the bat for Tex coming out in that defense. Mute Valkyrie and Smoke going to be the rest to fill that one out. Hibana Nomad, Jackals of Fear, and Ash coming in for DNMK. Jackal not being taken off the board, so of course they will pick him up. That's going to be in the hands of Enjoy. And we'll see if he can do anything with it. Sixth pick coming out for Leventus from the Nomad onto the Gridlock, which is a very interesting choice. I wonder how they're going to use this one in a particular. But there it is. We're going to head in towards Kitchen and Service for the first defense site, which is quite interesting because usually... well, actually, I don't even know what I was going to say there. It's quite interesting. I like this map, and especially this particular site. It's one of my favorite sites. And... yeah, I just really enjoy seeing it, so we'll see if Tex can mount a decent defense here on Kitchen. I am certainly hoping that they will, and then of course we'll have a look and see if DNMK can dismantle that defense, especially considering there's no Monty on the board, so no cheesy attacks through this little doorway here. It's going to have to be a little bit more of a tactical approach, which I'm assuming is going to come out for Enjoy there on that Jackal. Going to do some second floor clearing, I hope, or at least something to that extent. Going to clear up those roamers, try and make things easier for the rest of the team to get on inside. Let's have a look and see where they're going to be moving in from. So it looks like we already have two of the DNMK players approaching from this side, and another two from this side so far. Just making sure they're getting up into position, getting the drones in to that building, making sure they're getting some of that information. Doopy going to be opening up some of those reinforcements along with the rest of the team. Already putting the pressure on. This is some nice early movements coming out from them. Some quick aggressive movements. Doopy moving already in to the site, which is great. And he's going to take the first attack, and down goes Jaeger. This is very, very nice coming out from Doopy and the rest of DNMK, because this is actually the complete antithesis of what we saw the first time we saw Coastline in this tournament, which was UC versus Warazi, where Warazi just wasn't able to pull the trigger. They just couldn't. They were. It seemed like they were afraid to step inside. Well, Doopy definitely not afraid to step inside. He has just absolutely, completely stepped all across this map, and he's already taken two of the Tex members out. So already Tex on the back foot, having to try and defend against the rest of DNMK, trying to make their assault, blowing up the floor, or the ceiling in the perspective of Tex. And there comes another one down to Man, going to be taking down Olympus, and right now there goes Moj as well. That's a big one. Now it's just Imposter 1v5, and he's just not even going to get the time of day. A flawless round to start things out for DNMK, and what a strong way to open things up here on Coastline. Very, very nice stuff coming out from them. now on the side of Tex, definitely going to be looking to switch up the defense a little bit. You can't let a player like Doopy walk straight on into the map and just take all of your players out one by one. Got to try and put the pressure on. I think that has to start with some extra presence on the floors, which I don't think they had very much of. We'll see if they can come back onto it a little bit. Zofia in the previous one was able to just walk straight through it. Of course, no Zofia on the board now. It's going to be Ash, Twitch, Jackal, Gridlock, and Hibana coming out for DNMK. On the other side, Tech's going to be picking up the Smoke, Valkyrie, Mute, Jaeger, and of course the Wamai. Heading into the second floor, it is going to be the Billiards and Hookup. This is also one of my favorite sites to defend, although not as much as Kitchen. It's definitely up there. And we'll see if Tex can mount a successful defense this time around, or if DNMK will be able to just beautifully dismantle it like they did in the first round. Have a look and see what their setups are. Some rotation holes coming in, nothing too crazy, just some generic setups going here. Is it going to be enough to stave off DNMK? That is the question. Oh, all three DNMK players pushing out from the same side, but not going to be punished for it. No runouts or peaks to speak of, so everything will be just fine for the time being. Doopy's got to be careful though. There is a player sitting just close by. Some drone work being done now by DNMK to make sure that they're sitting quite happy there. And actually Hibana trying to get some walls blown open, but it seems like, I believe that's the Mute Jammer doing its job there potentially. Those Valkyrie cams coming in handy to gather some information about the approaching DNMK members. An Imposter trying to swing out. He's just going to get absolutely destroyed as he does so. No chance there. Leventis going to take him out immediately. Now the rest of DNMK slowly making their attack run, making sure they're doing all of their due diligence. But Mojay, he's going to step it up. SMG 11 in hand is going to take down one. Doopy does take down Olympus though, so it is a 1 for 2. And there goes Mojay. He's not long for the world now. Now it's just a 2v3 at the moment. Make that a 1v2, and suddenly we saw a whole lot of kills during the unfortunate little time in between going back into the game and the kill cam. And now Odin's the last one left. He has got the bomb down. It's a 1v2. Nairo's very low on HP. Bolo, my back Bolo, he's going to be full. We'll see if they can make this happen. Oh, the sound cues have been given away, and that was the highest HP player available. Now it's all onto Nairo to try and make it happen with under 25 HP. That's not going to be easy. 15 seconds left on the defuse. He has to find this kill quickly. There's the information, but can he work off of it? No, I think the distraction's been enough. He's trying to just go for it, but this might be the end, and a quick peek coming out from Odin might be enough. He has to catch it, though. It's almost done, and there it is. They will just manage to land the hits in time, and, well, DNMK will pick up a second round, but this time, well, this time it wasn't as easy for them. Tex Clan definitely stepping it up here in the second round, but just not enough to clutch the round out, unfortunately for them. So they're going to have to put in some extra work to try and bring the rounds back, because right now, DNMK are in a 2-round lead. Now, it does look like we're going to be heading back to Hookah and Billiards, which I think is not a bad decision. Tex Clan did seem competent enough to defend that bomb site. They did definitely show that they are quite capable of doing so. Unfortunately, weren't able to make that distance, but with a couple of change-ups, they could definitely make it happen. We'll see. Speaking of change-ups, will my Jaeger combo coming out again, of course, and a Bandit coming out there for Imposter this time instead of the Mute, I believe, what he was on the previous round. We'll see if it works out for them this time, or if they're going to be falling to DNMK's clutches once again. Of course, the smoke coming out in hands of Mojay. Try and play some extra time, but if Tex Clan want to make sure that they're playing the time game, they need to put a little bit more presence and try and hold on a little bit longer. In the meantime, of course, Hibana, Gridlock, Jackal, the Zofia, and the Ash coming out for DNMK. Relatively standard line audible across the board. Of course, the Gridlock being the only sort of outlying operator there, but also not too crazy. Some area denial coming out is never a bad thing. So certainly not out of the ballpark with that one. But with DNMK with a 2-round lead, Tech's really going to have to step it up on this one. They don't have much choice. So of course, once again, the Ash moving very swiftly up the side of the building. As are the rest of DNMK. They realize they haven't even gotten challenged one single time outside here, so they're quite happy to just move on up. Put the pressure on immediately. You can see Doopy already on the main window. He's actually very aggressive here, but he's going to get taken down instantly. Some good fighting coming out from Mojay. That's exactly what they needed. Doopy down means that they have a little bit more room to maneuver. Tech's in a good spot. We'll see if DNMK can swing it back. Right now, they're holding a couple of pressure points, a couple of angles here and there. But is it going to be enough? Techs? They realize they don't have to get aggressive. They can just hold for what they've got. But some nice fire coming straight on through, and the aggression stopping. Jaeger just taking 2 down immediately. Nairo absolutely coming in clutch here for Techs, making sure that this entrance is completely covered. Bringing in 2 kills, and now it's Leventus and Odin. The last 2 remaining for DNMK, and this might be the first round that Tex needs to start swinging things back in their favor. We'll see if they can make it happen. It's still 1 minute and 45 seconds on the clock, so Leventus and Odin have some time to play with, but they're going to need to find a whole lot of kills to make this happen. Heads are being found, though. Odin will find Maibach Bolo, and he's going to find a second one as well. That's Nairo off the board. This is seeming a little bit more difficult. Off he pops. Nitro cells being stopped, and now they're in a bit of a difficult position. It's a 2v2. Smoke Grenade's going to potentially give away a couple of positions. Valkyrie cams have not been spotted just yet, so that's a little bit of information. Odin has yet to clear them out, and Leventus might not have noticed them yet. There it is. He is going to walk in and notice them at least, so they are clear for the moment. 1 minute left. Still time to work with, but they've got to find a plan of attack and execute it very soon. Olympus and Mojay playing very slowly, making sure not getting overly aggressive. A couple of bits of information have been given over. Is that enough, though? Pre-fire coming out. Leventus will find Olympus, and that might be the key they need. Suddenly, this is a 1v2, and Mojay has so much work to do. SMG-11 in hand. There's not enough bullets. He's going to whip out the shotgun. There's one, but does he know where the second one is? No, he does not. And that is going to be DNMK with a 3rd round. That was so close, but just that critical play from Leventus was exactly what they needed. Mojay wasn't aware that he was down on that one side of the table. Thought he had backed off a little bit and went running after him, and that was the end for them. Unfortunately, going to lose that round as well. Tex just on the cusp, but not able to cross that finish line. They're going to be feeling really bad about that one. It was super close, but ultimately goes the way of DNMK, and now Tex find themselves 3 rounds behind and a lot of work to do to try and bring this one back as we head into round 4. Looks like we will be heading back to kitchen service, which did work out pretty well for DNMK last time. Tex really need to reinforce their defenses here, because that first round definitely raised a couple of questions. This time around they're going to have to give it their all, because DNMK definitely not playing around, and with those couple of clutches in their hands, they're 3 rounds ahead of Tex Clan, which is turning out to be a bit of an issue. Can Tex make it happen is the question. Let's see where their members are heading off to. Drone work being done by the teams here, and of course a little bit of presence up on the 2nd floor from Tex Clan, which is pretty good to see. We'll see if it comes out clutch for them, or if DNMK will be able to clutch this one out once again. Certainly we'll see in due time, as preparation phase is going to end. Now we get to see how DNMK is going to approach this situation. It looks like the Hibana is going to be moving in alone on this side, trying to attack the main door from the outside. The rest of the DNMK members, of course, playing as usual towards ruins. Nothing too crazy on that side. Going to be moving up quickly, taking control as they usually do. And it seems like Tex are pretty happy to let them do it, which might be a bit of an issue. Generally, you want to waste as much time of the attackers as possible. You don't want to let them just burst into the map just yet, and already 2 minutes and 25 seconds still left on the clock, and already DNMK have players clearing out that top floor. This is going to be pretty difficult. Tex giving them so much room to maneuver, so much like space on the map to play with. Definitely not what you want to be doing. Down to man, actually a little bit of spray, almost catching out one of the players there, but just barely missing. Trying to clear the angles, not going to find any heads just yet, but Odin's coming here to just make sure that he is supporting as well. Can he clear the room though? He's got to find that shot. Actually, the flashbang is going to kill him, but Doopy is going to find the kill anyway. He's going to find another one as well. Down the man coming in there to support, so that's 2 down for Tex already, and now they're sort of regretting them giving all this room to play with. Now it's a 3v5. Olympus, Imposter, Moj trying to find something. Nitrocell not going to connect. Now they are running out of utility. They're running out of options. Things looking pretty difficult. Imposter squished up here towards the bathroom. Not much place to go. Olympus gonna have to challenge Moj. Also in the line of fire as the ceiling is being opened up ahead of him. He's gonna have to find this kill. Certainly he spots it out. He still gets taken down despite seeing that pixel. A very quick peek from Doopy is gonna close that one out. And this man is just absolutely on fire right now. Imposter, the last one left alive, and he's gonna get taken out as well. Dan the man and Doopy sealing the deal for another flawless round from DNMK. Ooh. Such a quick reaction coming out from the DNMK players. They are not letting this one slide whatsoever. And now they're going to find themselves 4 rounds ahead of Tex, who have yet to put a round on the board. Even though they have come so close to doing so, they just haven't been able to cross that line. Now, of course, we will be heading in towards hookah and billiards once again. Pretty standard operator lineup coming out from DNMK on the side of Tex. Smoke, Valkyrie, Mute, Jaeger, and Wamai. Nothing too crazy either. Right now, Tex, man, they've been looking almost like they could take a couple of rounds, but every single time, DNMK just slip it away from them, taking it just out of their grasp. Must be frustrating at this point. Tex, they have the potential to make this happen. You could see that they are just on the cusp of closing out those rounds, but they just aren't able to do it against DNMK. And then with a flawless round coming out from DNMK in the previous one, man, that really has to play with your mental. Rainbow Six, very much a mental game as much as anything else, and psyching out your opponents definitely does do quite a lot as you go further on into the game. And now as we approach the end of the first half, DNMK might just go with a flawless half.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
As you can see, DNMK taking a similar approach as per usual, not really having to change much up. Their strategy seems to be working pretty well for them so far. It really is Tex who have to try and close that gap, try and just close out the rounds, even if it's just 1 or 2 to pad their rounds going into the second half. Especially on the defense side, you want as many rounds as possible. But DNMK has been showing up such a performance. Oh, and Dan the man already going to be opening things up. This aggression coming out from DNMK, it's just absolutely relentless time and time again. They just step on up, look for those pressure points, and move right on in towards the site. You can see Doopy and Dan the man just walking straight on in. Odin and Leventus slowly moving up. You can see Odin trying to make some pressure points as well. Leventus trying to get a cheeky shot through the window there. Enjoy covering for Dan the man as aggression is being taken. And oh, Dan the man trying to move in. He's not going to find what he was looking for. Target does drop away and Odin falls as well. But DNMK still have quite a lot of tempo to work with Imposter down and Olympus down but not out. They still have quite a lot to work with. Doopy takes down 1. He's moving in aggressively. The rest of the team trying to close things out. Should be pretty easy. It's basically a 4v2 at this stage unless they can get Olympus back up, which I doubt at this point. Ooh, some shots coming through. Going to take down Doopy. Now enjoying Leventus. The last 2 to clear the site. Can he make it happen? Leventus finds a brilliant shot. And that's pretty much all they needed at this stage. Nairo, the last one left. And Olympus can't really do anything. 1v3 for Nairo. This Jaeger has to find absolutely everything. The question is it even possible with 20 seconds left? He's got to run in immediately. There's no choice, and oh, the shot's coming straight through. Can he manage? So many angles to watch. He finds one, but he has to spin around and can't find the rest. There's too many angles to watch. too many places that enemies are standing, and well, that was it. Just done and dusted for him. Nice peek with the shotgun. Going to close things out for Enjoy. DNMK going to pick up another round. Round 6, the last round of the half, and so far DNMK an absolutely flawless first half. Tech's really putting up a good fight in the beginning, but slowly running out of steam. And now it's their last chance of the half to make something happen, otherwise they're going to be switching over to the attacking side. And well, things might not be so easy for them. We'll see if DNMK have the steam to continue this steamroll, or if Tex might just be able to find a couple of rounds in their favor. If they can find one here, it might just be doable, but that's banking on the fact that Tex Clan feels super confident on the attack side, and somehow that just doesn't seem feasible at this point. DNMK have so many rounds in their favor, it's a massive buffer zone. They could make so many mistakes and still come out with the win at this point. Truly a daunting situation for Tex Clan. And of course DNMK not looking to hold up on the accelerator whatsoever. They're just going to push that all the way down probably. I mean, what we've been seeing from players like DNMK and Doopy, they just love to walk straight on in and get those early frags and make it so much easier for DNMK. And once again, DNMK going to be walking up and just moving straight on in, looking for any potential kills, and they might just be gifted one. Lots of damage done to Olympus, almost enough to take him out, but just barely missing that mark. Olympus very low on HP. He's actually going to go for a bit of a shot with the Ash Gadget to try and close it out, but it's not going to be enough. Now Enjoy challenging towards the shields. Placed up on the one side, and Doopy getting aggressive as per usual, trying to find the fights. Can he find the kills though? Yes, is the answer to that question. Imposter goes down. Already one taken off the board for Tex, and well, with the rest of the team outside of the bomb site, the bomb can, or the diffuser can get planted. Leventus going to be covering that, and now Tex Clan on the back side, on the back foot should I say. Nairo and Olympus make that just Nairo, as Olympus gets taken and sent right back to the lobby. And once again, it's Nairo on the Jaeger to try and make this happen, but this time it's a 1v5. And that basically seems impossible at this point. 25 seconds left, and he has to find 5 headshots consecutively, or this is basically impossible. And indeed, Leventus going to close things out. Flawless round once again for DNMK. They're going to be picking up round 6, and of course, match point heading into the second half, and that, well, that's just not where you want to be if you're Tex Clan right now. Definitely a very difficult spot. They're going to have to find so many rounds to come back from this one, and honestly, I don't even think it's possible at this point. DNMK, they've just had such a good performance so far. Looking very clean. And while Tex Clan did show quite a good promise, slowly they've run out of steam and fallen off a little bit. Now they're really going to have to find some energy if they want to come back. Otherwise, DNMK might just walk away with this. Legion, Jaeger, Kapkan, Frost, and Alibi is going to be the DNMK lineup. And, well, it seems like they're quite happy to just pick the operators that they feel the most comfortable on for whatever reason. You know, just do it. Got the Frost, got the Alibi, got the Kapkan. Let's just close this one out in style. And certainly, that's what they'll be looking to do. Heading, of course, in towards Billiards and Hookah. That's going to be the defense for DNMK. Should be able to hold it off pretty easily. Kapkan coming in with those traps. Going to make it a little difficult to just rush on in. And, well, same is true for the Legion there. Going to slow down those attackers from moving up. And then, of course, the Alibi to bait out some of the shots. And then the Frost, because Frost, you know, 0 recoil gun. Got the traps, could potentially catch somebody out with it at the top of the stairs, which is exactly where Doopy is popping down those mats. And unfortunately, it does look like we do have a quick DC coming out from Tex, and well, it is going to be a rehost coming out from them, so it looks like I will just have to do that. So we're going to come right back into the action momentarily. We will be right back as the lobby does get rehosted. We're heading on into round 7. Of course, DNMK heading into the defense, and Tex on attack this time around. Things looking pretty daunting here for Tex Clan. Such a good performance in the beginning, really looking like they could clutch a couple of rounds out, but they weren't able to close the distance, and now they are so far behind. It's going to be an absolute miracle if they come back from this one. Heading into Hookah and Billiards, of course, and Legion, Frost, Jaeger, Alibi, and Capcan in the hands of DNMK, looking to set up there and close things out for the final, or what could potentially be the final round here of the matchup between DNMK and Tex Clan. Now, of course, this is a best of 1, which does mean that the winner of this match does move forward in the tournament, but the loser of the tournament, or the loser of the match, does not have to fear, because there is a lower bracket, I believe. So there is still a chance to make it happen for them if they lose this one. But for the moment, DNMK looking to be very clean. Nothing crazy coming out for them. Everything looking quite good. So now we're just waiting for everyone to finish loading on up, and we can get into the next round. That being, of course, round 7 here on Coastline between DNMK and Tex Clan. Interesting operator lineup that we do have in front of us. Of course, DNMK not such a classical operator lineup. You generally don't see this lineup coming out. We've got Frost, Alibi, and Capcan coming out here. Now, while the Alibi is definitely something that we've seen a couple of times before, the Capcan and the Frost definitely not something you see all too often in these tournament games. But enough of that chit chat. Let's get straight on into the game, and potentially what could be the final round of this game if DNMK have anything to say about it. Their flawless rounds have been absolutely brilliant so far. And now they're starting off once again here with their very interesting strat. With the Frost, the Alibi, and of course the Capcan. One thing I can say about this setup is that it definitely will be difficult to rush them. The Capcan and the Legion traps will definitely make sure of that, of course, along with the Frost traps. Going to be pretty interesting. As you can see, they have been placed right down there on this side of the building. Up the staircase, and one in that room.
5 seconds to insertion.
So definitely trying to stop any of those rushes from taking place, and at this stage, I mean, that's more than enough, really. Unless Tex have an absolutely phenomenal attacking side, this might just be it for them, and they're going to be heading down. So far, Tex Clan just clearing things out so far, just gathering that information. A couple of pings coming through as well. Information has been gathered. But can they play off of that information is the question. Do be playing in a very aggressive angle, and it seems like this really is his style. He loves to get aggressive here, and well, he's just taking a quick peek to see what he can see, but nobody will be there for the moment. Leventis does spot one out though, almost gets it, but in come those stun grenades to try and stop and make it more difficult. Here come the shots. Leventis finds 2. That is going to be a little bit of a problem. Nairo does manage to get 1, but it might just be too little too late. Mojang and Imposter the last ones left for Tex Clan, and well, they are far away and looking for that information. They are not in any position for the refrags. They're not in any position to put the pressure on. Their drones are being taken away, and bit by bit everything is falling away, and Imposter gonna get taken down as well. Some quick aggression from DNMK to close this out. That should be it. That should be enough for DNMK. Mojang finds 1, but 1 is not going to be enough. He has to find 2 more to close this out. DNMK should be able to get this final one. There it is. Instantly spotting out where he is, jumping straight on out, getting that final kill. And it is a GG. Well played, DNMK taking a flawless victory against Tex Clan. And despite Tex Clan's great start, it's a flawless victory for DNMK, 7-0. Well done, well played. And that is it for today's matches coming out from the PSG Siege Showdown. That's what it is. Yeah, this coming in from the PSG Siege Showdown. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It has been my pleasure to host today's matches. It's been your boy Patchy, and I will see you guys later. Cheerio and have a good one.